Okay, now we're going to look at activity or lesson 1.12, Los Pasajeros. And this is a pretty challenging assignment. The first thing I want to tell you before we move on is you're going to click here on this little camcorder and you're going to watch a video. Now, when you stream it straight from the website, there's no way to pause it. There's no way to kind of slow it down and try and listen to different parts again. And so what you're going to want to do is it's going to give you a screen that says right click on this to save it to your computer, and that's how you're going to want to watch that, okay? Otherwise it is extremely challenging to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and show you what to do. So I went ahead and I right clicked and I downloaded it. So now when I play, I can also pause and I could rewind so I can hear different sections of the conversation. So that is very helpful when you're trying to figure out what they say. Otherwise it goes pretty fast and it can be a little intimidating. So if you right click and download, you can hear the different sections and you can pause and back it up and listen to it again if you need to. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back now. After you watch the video, it's going to do a couple things. You're going to have some statement and questions or responses. So it's not always answering a question. If someone says hello to you, a response would be hello back. Okay, so a response does not necessarily, it's not necessarily questions and answers. But we're going to go here. You're going to go ahead and do a little bit of practice. You're going to check your answers. You're going to go to the next screen. It's going to tell you your score. But there are also two very useful things here. One is, here is a written dialogue of the conversation that you may need for the assignment part of this activity, which can be very difficult. So this is what they said. So now what I would recommend is for you to read this as you go and listen and watch the video. That's how you're going to improve your speaking skills, okay? So there's that, and then it says click the PDA to access your assignment. So after you've studied, you've really practiced listening to that dialogue, you've looked at the vocabulary, you're going to go ahead and click here, and then you're going to answer these questions here. Usually the first 5 do not cause any problems because those first 5 are in English. However, when we get down to here, it gets much, much more challenging. So now we need to go back and notice we have question words como, quién, quién, cómo, okay? Where you're going to really want to go to figure out what this is saying is actually all the way back, if we go home, all the way back in 1.09. This is where those two question words with quién and cómo, that's where you're going to find help with that. So if you have difficulties answering those questions, those second parts in 112, you're actually going to go ahead and you're going to go back to 109, and that is where you are going to get help answering those questions. So you're going to go ahead and answer those questions, and then you're going to go to assessment, and you're going to submit them under 1.12. So that is your assignment for 1.11. And again, go ahead and make sure you do lots of practice with the listening, also reading the conversation, listening to the conversation again, and then this is also some interesting information about why their names were so long when they were introducing each other. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to move on to 1.13 next.